The impact that the Amrani Group had on DCubed was that they helped us close our first €1 million deal. And that was in the works for over 5 months. And by Joshua and his team coming in, it closed very quickly, and it closed very favorable for us. I'm Markus Geiss, Commercial Director at DCubed. As context, we are a space hardware company, so we provide different components, mechanisms, solar arrays for satellites and spacecraft. So let me walk you through some of the challenges we faced before we started working with the Amrani Group. And those were, being a hardware supplier, being on the component and equipment level, means we have a lot of big corporations, a lot of the Airbuses and Boeings of the world that we work with, and obviously trying to close deals as a new startup, as a new player in the field, puts you in a disadvantage if you've never done enterprise negotiations before. Not having had any support on that end was definitely slowing us down, in the sense that we would either not win the deals that we had hoped for or planned for, or we would close them, but they were definitely not in our favor. So the support from the Amrani Group was essentially, if you call it coaching or mentoring, it was indirect support behind the scenes on communication strategy, on sort of when to propose what, when to start saying no, when to start pushing back, because intuitively, I would have been probably way too polite and would have fallen for the tricks of whoever was on the procurement side. And I realized it was a lot on psychology. It was a lot on those tricks and having experience on how to drive this in your own favor and not to sort of be driven by the other side. What really helped me working with Joshua and the Amrani Group was that he would be very direct. He would not bullshit, and that resonated really with the way how I do things, and we connected. He would be giving very clear instructions, and it was not always the most intuitive way of doing things. So he would have his own way that is definitely different than what I've seen before. But yeah, his success sort of speaks for itself. So also what we've seen now, closing successfully deals, it seems to work, and it seems to work very much in our favor. I would definitely recommend the Amrani Group to others if they are willing to listen, and if they're willing to go and take non-conventional or non-intuitive approaches. Just because if you, like myself, come in with an engineering background, you might not know all the psychology and all the practices that are going on in sales. So if you're willing to sign up for a wild ride that is most likely going to be successful, then those are the perfect people to work with.